Hey, good afternoon. I am offering up a little lesson plan for all the parents that are not teachers. This is going to be in little 15-minute segments, and I'll be sharing with you the joys of gardening and farming and horticulture. Not an expert, but we've done this a time or two, and so here we go. I'm going to share with you what we've got going on at the Shipman Chateau out here in the front, right next to the highway. Yes, and so here we go. We have assembled a bunch of these tomato baskets. That's what these wire things are called, tomato baskets. And what they do is, as the tomatoes grow up, they offer some support. When they get really heavy and their branches have all got lots of heavy tomatoes on them, the baskets will help them stand up straight and stay out of the dirt so that they can make beautiful tomatoes. Here we've got 12 plants in the ground right now, and these came from Downing's store on, let's see, Gurney Avenue. Yes. Downing's has always got great plants and great seeds, and we've had a whole lot of good fortune with planting his products. That little one right there, it's a cherry tomato, and it came actually from Tractor Supply. The other tomato plants are Goliaths. That's the name of the tomato, the breed of the tomato. We really love tomatoes here at our house, and in the South in general, we're pretty big tomato eaters. Those right there are potato plants, and the way that you cultivate these bad boys, the way you grow these, is you actually plant part of a potato and it sprouts. If you've ever had potatoes that you held on to for just a little bit too long, they get eyes, those little pokey outy things on the tomato plant, and those eyes is where this comes from. The eyes grow up and they sprout and they make leaves. So the potato thing is not going to be very sustaining for us, but potatoes nonetheless. Okay. Those sound like Honda motorcycles. All right, and this row right here, you can see the little tiny green leaves coming up there. These are zinnias. These are flowers. They're California Giants, I do believe, is what kind these guys are. And I'm a big fan of flowers, so these make a pretty cut flower, and they also make a beautiful visual from the highway that you can glance over and see some of the beauty of life. So I'm really excited about these. You see the black pots that we've got out over there? We used those to cover the tomato plants last night because it got pretty chilly out here, and we feared a frost, and the frost would kill these plants pretty quickly. Tomato plants are not good in the super chilly weather, and so we covered those up so that they wouldn't die. The frost would kill these little babies right here too in a heartbeat, and that didn't happen, so we must not have had much of a frost last night. Thank you. Thank you very much. We did not need that frost. Okay. All right, so you can't eat zinnias, I don't think, but that's okay. We need some beauty in our lives as well. Now, all of what I've got here in these two rows of baskets are squash plants and cucumbers on the far north end. We tried the squash and the cucumbers in the baskets last year. These haven't come up yet. It would be right in the middle there of the basket. We tried them in baskets last year, and it helped to support the squash plants and keep them off the ground. If the squash gets too much rain, kind of like a strawberry. They don't do well, and they tend to rot, and we do not like rotten squash. No, we don't. So the basket thing worked out really well last year, and I'm hopeful that it will do that again this year. All of the seeds that we put in the ground usually are only about 1/4 of an inch deep. The zinnias that I planted, I didn't put any dirt on top of them at all. But these guys, the squash and the cucumbers, which haven't come up yet, got about 1/4 inch of dirt on top of them. And we watered them also to kind of help the germination process come along. Seeds germinating means that they're splitting open and they're making the plants, the green. These guys right here are mustards and turnips and collard greens. Now they have all gotten mostly past their eating prime. There's a couple of little leaves still here on the curly mustard plant right there. And we're just going to leave these here and let them keep doing their go to seed thing, and the seeds will grow new plants. So we're just going to let them do their thing and see what happens, and see how well they reseed themselves without any effort on our part. Time will tell how that works out. And so what else we've got planted out here in the garden so far? Corn. We planted some corn. It's Silver Queen corn. That's a white corn. It's really nice for eating on the cob or for cutting off, and we country folks call it frying. You put it in a big iron skillet with some butter and cook it up like that, and it's yummy. No sugar added. No. I think that's against the law in the state of Alabama. So we've got corn, and day before maybe, I planted some Bibb lettuce and some romaine. And I haven't ever been very successful with the lettuce growing, but I think that's because I usually start picking off the leaves before it's had a chance to grow up. So I'm going to try to avoid that this year. Over here we have the orchard, blueberries, plums, and on the last row down here, the apple trees, which are starting to bloom. The plums and the blueberries have already bloomed. And so we didn't want the frost again, so that the blooms on the apple trees were damaged. Now today is April the 11th, and there's going to be a couple of more cool evenings, overnights along the way. And so we're going to be prepared for that and watch for that. And hopefully there's nothing we can really do to cover up the apple trees, but we'll put the tomato plants back under baskets if we need to, so that our tomatoes don't get frosted on. Not good sentence structure. There is a little bug, some kind of wormy bug right there. We may have to do something about that. These plums are, wow, there's so many of them. It is absolutely amazing. I'm tickled at how many plums we have coming along here on this tree. And look, these are coming out in different, they bloomed at a different rate, and so some of them are really big and some of them are smaller, and that's good because that means they won't all get ripe at the same time and won't all have to be picked and processed at the same time. Still, there's going to be a gazillion of these little guys, and that's a good thing. I see plum jelly in our near future. That's always fun. We'll film that process as well, so that you can see what that looks like. These plum trees are a little bit more grown up, actually quite a bit more grown up than these plum trees. These little ones were replacements for, we had some peach trees out here, and they did not do well at all. I don't know if we're just too far north for them or what, but they did not like Jacksonville, Alabama, and that's okay. They didn't have to like us. It's all right. And these are the little blueberries. Not a whole lot of the trees, bushes, but look at how many berries we have on here. That is just incredible to me, and I'm very excited about that. We've also got some new growth down here. This one doesn't have any berries on it. That one's all about making new leaves. The leaves take in the sunshine, which makes the photosynthesis occur, and that helps the plants to grow. And these plants take carbon monoxide, dioxide, dang it, I'll have to study up on that, out of the air and make oxygen for us, actually. And so that's a super good thing, very useful. Plants, trees, all of them do that. And so that's extremely useful for us to breathe the oxygen that they put out for us. Look how great those berries are. Again, we've got some berries are bigger than the other ones. I think bugs are on that one. That will not do. We're going to have to see what we can do about that bug thing. But a gazillion blueberries. I'm so excited about that. Okay, so that is lesson number 1 from the Shpmn farm. We thank you very much for tuning in, and hope that you will join us again, because I will do this again, because I can. Thank you.